Hey, what's going on, everybody? What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Young Brawling Gaming Channel. Today, guys, we're going to be covering some replays from my Pekka Bridge Spam account. We got a new season high of 6,089 with this deck. I did 4 games, right? I got 3 of them. This one, we're going to check this one out as well, guys. I had no chance to get this one. I probably played that horribly, though. So let's start off with this first game with the Mega Knight Hog Rider. Bats, minions, arrows. Let's speed it up. Speed it up. I didn't need to skip. Alright, let's restart that because that was a mess up on my end. Alright, here we go. So, Hog Rider play from the opponent with the bats. I go E-Wiz, Bandit, and I do a Royal Ghost so that way, we don't get fireball value, hopefully. But the opponent goes with the Mega Knight. You'll see I go with the Magic Archer to pick up some chip damage. I probably could have done it sooner to get the most value. But, or maybe I could have held it back on defense. Here, we just barely got to the battle ram in time. Yeah, the Bomber, the Goblin Gang. I'm just going to zap that to clean that up. There we go. Hog Rider again from the opponent at the bridge. Probably thought my elixir count was low, but I just had a bandit on defense. It worked out. I try to get the E-Wiz on the bats just so we can get that dash, and that worked out beautifully, guys. We got the dash on that left tower with the bandit at 1 HP. Let's go. So basically, we're just like going with 3-4 elixir cards right now in single elixirs. It's pretty funny. This was, I think, the first time that we really got to reset after the game started, in the beginning. So I go with the Pekka in the back. I figured the opponent's Hog Rider was out of cycle. That makes the opponent go with the Bomber in the back. While this one, I'm just going to poison away. It should kill the Bomber, get some tower damage, and the Spirit Goblins. That will leave the Pekka with decent health. Here, the Mega Knight comes out in the left lane. I go with the Battle Ram in the right. The Zap on the bats. And brings out the minions. In the left lane, I'm gonna Bandit. Try to get the dash from the Bandit onto the Mega Knight. And I think that might be a dash if not responded. Well played with the Hog Rider. See, now if you cycle the Pekka just right, guys, it does not let the Hog Rider get any hits. So in that instance, the Hog Rider did not get any hits here. I'm sniping with the Magic Archer. We got about 2 hits on the tower and cleaned out the Goblin Gang. The opponent went with the Mega Knight in the left. I'm able to rush in the right lane with the Battle Ram, guys. Connected with the hit, and the Barbarians are able to finish off the tower. E-Wiz just in time to stop the Hog Rider, the Mega Knight, and the bats. Zapping it. There we go. This is a perfect Royal Ghost, but the Magic Archer got taken out pretty easily, though. The Bomber hit. It was a Goblin Gang hits just because it has so low HP. Here, I'm just going to poison away, guys. It's in poison range, and we got some units. Oh, I forgot that the game's over. Good game. Well played. Let's check out the next one. Lava Hound is actually one of the hardest. Lava Loon, to say, is one of the hardest matchups for Pekka Bridge Spam. The only really thing you would have for defense is E-Wiz and Magic Archer. Magic Archer gets Fireball, so if they have Fireball, it's a very, very tricky situation. But I kind of played this horribly too, though. Let's check it out. I try to go with the Magic Archer. I probably didn't need that. I could have just gone way back. I try to keep the Magic Archer alive, and you'll see what I mean. That was probably horribly played. It leaves the opponent, the opponent probably already figured out the deck that I'm using. I saw the Magic Archer, I saw the E-Wiz. That's pretty safe to assume that it's a Pekka Bridge Spam, right? And the Balloon, I can't really do much against that Balloon, guys. I try to go in the right lane, try to keep that pressure. I zap the Barbarians, got the Battle Ram to the tower. The Royal Ghost, try to clean up. But it's just not enough, guys. We didn't even take that tower. And the Balloon's able to clean up our tower pretty easily. And that Ewis really didn't do much either. The Mega Minions headed our way. We can leave that, right? We can leave that alone. Let it get a hit or whatever. Doesn't get a hit. So this is going to be very, very difficult, guys, to break through. You'll see. Um, I tried, though. I tried fighting it out to see if we can make a comeback. Here the opponent goes with the batter ram. You know, I try to do a batter ram towards the right. So that way, if the tombstone's in kind of like the middle, it won't connect onto it. So the opponent chooses to defend this properly. Right. The minions. The Magic Archer is trying its best against Lava Hound. You know, I try to poison. Maybe I should have done the poison onto the minions to keep the Magic Archer alive. But I thought maybe I needed the poison on the balloon and the lava pups. The balloon ends up getting 2 hits. You know, that's gonna do a lot of damage on our right tower. And now with a minute left to go, guys, I think my only bet here was to go for the King Tower, and I tried that, but failed pretty badly. See, the opponent goes with the Tombstone. I go with the Pekka. Try to see if we can have that tank for the Batter Ram, right? That will be our last bet. We're going to be facing against the Barbarians. Definitely fireballs in there, so, you know, I'd go Royal Ghost in the back. Try not to give that fireball value. Go with the Magic Archer and the poison just to get the minions out. The opponent goes with the Barbarians right there. You know, we got about 25 seconds left in the game. There comes a fireball. I go in with the Batter Ram. You know, I'm just trying to spam at this point because that's the best option. I try to zap everything, but it is just not enough. Maybe I feel like we could have gone for the left lane, try to turn it into a 3-crown battle, but either way, guys, this is a very difficult matchup for a Pekka Bridge spam, because once you take out E-Wiz and the Magic Archer, you're left with really nothing to defend against the Balloon and the Lava Hound. Let's check out another one. This is a log bait matchup with the Inferno Tower and a Valkyrie. A Valkyrie play at the bridge with the Goblin Gang from the opponent. Just gonna zap that. Probably didn't need that zap, right? Because I let the Goblin Gang get a lot of value, bringing our tower down to 2508. It's only been like, what, not even 30 seconds into the match. So I tried to dual lane push. You know, I figured the opponent was low on elixir to defend both sides. You see the Pekka locked on to the Princess, or the Princess locked on to the Pekka. And in the right lane, we're able to get that Battle Ram connection onto the tower. But Valkyrie does a really good job against the Bandit and the Barbarians. Cleans it up, leaving that tower at 2881. Okay, we reset, right? You know, I go with the Royal Ghost in the left lane. I was trying to predict the Goblin Gang there. Didn't happen. Here we go Magic Archer in the right lane. See the Goblin Barrel just in time. I zap it away just because Magic Archer will then one-hit that. And we got the Royal Ghost locked onto the left tower. I go with the Royal Battle Ram play in the right and Bandit in the left. You see the opponent does not have anything for the Bandit, and it just ends up getting the dash with full HP, cleaning that tower up nicely, bringing it down to 461. Go with the Royal Ghost. Try to do splash damage onto the Valkyrie and the Goblins. Magic Archer is able to reach. I did it kind of in the middle, so if the opponent decided to go with the Goblin Barrel, Magic Archer would have been then able to clean that up. Here, you know, I have to zap that. The opponent chooses to go the other lane for some reason. That works out for us. So the left lane is in poison range. I'm pretty sure that poison level 13 does more than 300 damage. So I don't really have to worry about that left lane. You know, I can always try to get a Princess and a poison on that tower. That's a really decent play. I try to go with the Bandit. A Royal Ghost on defense. You see it cleans up the Barbarians right behind it. I have to Ewis the Goblin Barrel, nicely stopping that. Princess is out of the cycle. The opponent's back to a Valkyrie. That was probably not that well played. Could have started that in the back and then wait for the Magic Archer to finish off the Valkyrie, maybe something like that. But here we're at that tower, guys, with a Bandit. Royal Ghost is gonna sneak up onto that tower. One hits it. So it's not over yet though. We still have to stop this play. I go with the magic archer, and then battle ram right here. That's probably not the best play, right? But kind of started panicking maybe a little bit. Here, I'm like, oh no, opponent's back to a rocket. It's a 2-tower game, but the elixir count was thankfully low in the opponent's end, so we're able to do a bandit and a rogue ghost in the pocket. Magic archer right there sniping, using the Valkyrie guys, hitting the tower as well. A really good game. That comeback was nice from the opponent, but we at the end we picked it up. Let's check out the next one. Another log bait with the Rascals, Prince, Dark Goblin. Really, really good deck, right? Here the opponent goes with the Dark Goblin at the bridge. I'm able to catch that without letting it hit our tower with the Ewiz. Then I go with the Rogue Ghost. Don't want to really take any damage. And I go with the split lane push, guys. Check this out. Something's going to hit the tower. Battle Ram almost got to the tower if that log wasn't there. But still, the Barbarians are going to pick up quite some damage. Here I almost went in with the Magic Archer. I wanted to snipe that tower using the... I probably should have done that. That would have been a better play now that I think about it. But that bandit on defense, you know, our tower's down 26-51. Maybe I should have done that. Rover on that Rascals, right? So here, the Prince from the opponent. You know, I could have done Pekka, but I didn't want to spend too much elixir like that. Maybe we could use a Pekka later on. So I go with the dual lane push with the Royal Ghost. He was in the right, Battle Ram in the left. The opponent does not have much elixir to respond to this, guys. Barbarians lock onto the tower. And the left, bringing that tower down to 1873. That was a bad play for me. That was supposed to be on the tower. Maybe one tile to the right would have done the trick. And that would have been 4 hits on that tower. That's 400 plus damage on that tower, guys. So simple mistakes can cost you the game. We can choose to let that go, right? Because the opponent's gonna really focus on the right tower because it's at 25-30. They're not gonna try to go for the left tower, which is at full health. So here, you know, I just go with the zap. I might need the E-Wiz on offense. I could have done E-Wiz. Probably would have been less damage, but figured we could use that on offense. Here we go with the Rogue Ghost in the same lane with the Princess. Battle Ram in the left. Pekka, just so that the Royal Ghost doesn't take that damage. You know, Royal Ghost is gonna take out the Princess. Right now, the Royal Ghost is not getting hit by the tower because it went disappear mode and the tower locked on to the Pekka. Only the Dark Goblin started hitting the Ghost when it hit the tower. So here, I clean up the the Dark Goblin with the Royal Ghost, leaving the Goblin Barrel alone. Magic Archer is gonna get very nice chip damage in, guys. Gets in 2 hits. Also, I'm able to zap that just to get the Dark Goblin out of there because I don't really want that getting supported. The opponent goes with the Princess right there. I have to take that out because that is in poison range, guys. You see, I have to do something here. Get the right tower or the left. Here, Magic Archer snipes, right? Sniping that tower down. So that is actually rocket range. We could have gotten that rocket on our tower. Really well played towards the end. But good game. So that was the one that got me to a new season high, 6,089. Not sure where we are locally. Okay, 941 local ranks. The other 2 accounts are somewhere up here. Goals will be to get all 3 of them in the top 10K at the same time. That'd be nice. And it's fun at the party. Widows on me when I to the party. Either pull up with some biddies or I'm pull up with nobody. Gotta bring a thick bit. I can do it with nobody. Got the whole team, hey, and we looking like a army. On the gas, got everybody coughing. Got the pigs looking trying to catch me on the highway. Hit 100 on the daily. Friends are clean cause I'm riding hella dirty. What? Alright, I give up. I can't really locate those, but I'm gonna end this here, guys. Hope you enjoyed these 4 replays. Thanks for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. That way you stay tuned to the future content I'll upload. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, guys. Take care. Brawling out. Peace. And happy Friday. Let's go.